One of the biggest influences in a person's life is who they decide to be around on a regular basis.
Yeah, our next guest says that this applies to not only the people, but thoughts, actions, and beliefs that you choose to associate with too. So here with more on how to manage these associations is motivational speaker and life coach Kinja Dixon. Welcome.
How are you doing?
Great, thanks. How are you?
Good, good, good. Honored.
All right, so it's all about who we interact with and basically a spiritual kind of thing, right?
Yes, and it
beliefs?
has such a big impact on our belief system, what we figure is success in our life, and that's one of the reasons why so many people coast is because of what they are thinking is the top of the pyramid when I teach that there's no limit at all. We have to continuously strive for as long as we have breath in our lungs.
Well, this all was an outgrowth of your own personal story, right? And here you are, 34 years old, and you were able to retire. How did you manage that one? That's really what I want to know.
I was
We're all so jealous.
I was blessed at 24 years old to go through a company downsize. And
you were blessed to go to. That's a positive spin on a negative.
And that's what I want everyone to understand is anything we look at as a horrible situation is actually based off our perception. But after learning at a young age that your company's not promised, when I transitioned into my new opportunity, I invested and I made sure I lived very humbly, and with the amount that I was making in my real estate vacation ownership career, I was honored after winning those 2 awards to be in a position where money wasn't in control of me anymore, and I had a bigger purpose, which was to help the world with the information that I learned.
And you had some personal issues you were dealing with.
Yes.
And you were a former alcoholic?
Alcoholic.
You were overweight?
Over 300 pounds. I was a totally different person. 35% body fat in 09, yes. I hit my first $1 million in 07, and because of me thinking I was supposed to live a certain way, partying, drinking, overeating, 2009, went on a trip, came back, looked at the pictures, and I was another person. My mother was like, Kinja, what happened? And that was the trigger which led me to start understanding I needed to be in more control of everything, and the blessings have only been getting better ever since.
So how do we take control and move forward and make better decisions?
First thing first is be honest with ourselves based off of our emotional intelligence, our physical situation, what our goals are, and look at some of those things we were taught when we were younger that we've never questioned, and then follow successful models that are out here all over the place. YouTube is such a valuable resource. We have so many things that are available, and consistently, I believe, to-do lists, associating with the correct people, knowing how to control your emotions is one of the biggest situations. We have so much self-inflicted pain that we put on ourselves because of how we perceive to have situations impact us.
So when you were downsized, that was your aha moment that I don't want to be beholden to some company that has control over my destiny.
Yes.
So this is when you took matters into your own hand. What do you suggest other people do? I mean, how do they start their own businesses? I mean, that's the thing, right?
Well, it all based off of your passion. We all have something that we love to do. And what ends up taking place if money is the sole controller is instead of you reaching out into your full dimensions of what you can do, you just go in, clock into work, I'm dealing with this, I don't really love it. So first thing is find out what you like to do and take some time away from your job to practice, to research, so that you're not in a position where you're wasting time on your spare time. And that's one of the issues with people running around the guinea pig wheel is they don't like their job, then they get off and do all these things that don't have nothing to do with helping them get better, and before you know it, you're 90 on your deathbed saying, I wish I would have. So I believe we have to get more urgent as well and know that we only have one life to live on. You know, some people believe on the spiritual level we have several. I'm not going to get into that, but taking full advantage of this life and seeking full fulfillment and happiness.
But wouldn't you say that takes a little bit of discipline? Because so many times people they get through with their job, and it's like you just want to go home and waste brain cells on a sitcom or a book that's not really educational or spiritually enlightening. It's just a throwaway.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So it does take some discipline.
And being honest with how you feel. Whenever you're uncomfortable and you have those feelings, I don't believe we should get used to being in those states of uncomfort. We have to go ahead and say, why am I feeling this way? And figure out a way to feel better.
And the carrot that's dangling out there for us to run toward, it's not so much about making the big bucks. It's about what makes us happy on the inside?
Once you master your purpose, the money is going to come.
And that's what you did.
Wow.
Yes, yes.
The devil is in the details, right?
Live in
Finding our
mastery.
passion.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. We all have a defined purpose out here, and what has happened is money has clouded that out. So we have so many people going in just to get a check and not happy, and that's one of the reasons my teachings and my book and everything is to help.
Hold up the book. Yeah.
Universal Talk Laws. Honored to be one of the first authors. Every 10,000 copies, someone wins $10,000, but it basically goes over 3 transitions. The transitions of a person that used to work and think that was all I could do. Then it goes into how to live on a daily basis with your mindset, but it also breaks down how to have a conversation. I'm actually creating a subject for schools that I'm going to submit. I believe children need to understand how to properly communicate.
Yes.
What ends up happening is when you're in a conversation, someone wants to sell you something, all they want to talk about is what they believe you should do. There's steps prior. The greeting, questions, credibility, the recommendation, and then the close. And that's not only in business, but in personal situations as well.
Good to take it to the younger generations.
Yes.
Yeah, start at a young age.
Yes, yes.
Get
All right.
on the right track early
Kinja
on.
Dixon is a motivational speaker and coach, and you just saw his book. It's Universal Talk Laws, available at Amazon.com. So
Yes.
go check it out. Thanks so much, Kinja.
Thank you
Good
so
to meet
very
you.
much.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming in.